everybody, I'm Miss Hayden and welcome to the Bartlesville Storytime. Yay! So we're going to start off like normal with our welcome song. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? I hope everybody's good. We're going to do stories and then we're going to do songs. Viola's over here. So we're going to do 2 stories like normal and then songs in between. I think we should do this one first. So it's Cy Makes a Friend. And it is by Anne Marie Stevens and it's illustrated by Tracy Subsiak. Hopefully I got that close at least. Cy was born to build. With an eye for detail and the vision to create, he bends, molds, and thumps his hammer until each masterpiece is complete. Cy can make these. He can make these. He can even make these. But he can't make a friend. Not a real one anyway. Making a friend means venturing out. That can be scary, so Cy prepares. He practices polite conversation. Oh yes, the weather has been quite lovely. He investigates his dog's flair for friendship. He tries to look like a friend. Cy knows it is nice to share. Maybe he can make something to attract a friend. He can build a surprise. Not a seat, not a box, not a wagon. His new friend will ride in a chariot, but it won't move without wheels. Cy realizes he must make a trip to the market. He peeks, then creeps. Being brave takes time. Cy beams confidence, possibly not enough. He maintains good eye contact, perhaps a little too much. He shows off his wink. Reconsidering the wink, he heads home. There, Sai raises and rotates until he has a rolling chariot for two. Sai is one. Who will be two? At the market, the empty chariot awaits. Sai beams confidence, just the right amount. He maintains good eye contact. Someone else does too. Sai's heart thump, thump, thumps. He shares what he has. So does she. Making a friend means venturing out. Hold on tight. New friends take flight in a chariot built for two. Oh. That's it for that one. That is Sai Makes a Friend. Time for songs. So, I think everybody knows what the first song is by now. So, it's Twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Let's sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Now you sing and I play. Very good. Okay. Let's do Itsy Bitsy Spider. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went out the spout again. Very good. I saw some spiders. I think we should do Are You Sleeping next? Whoops, sorry. We gotta sing first. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John, morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. Now I play. more. We're going to finish up with row, row your boat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Very good. I heard you guys singing. You guys sing so much better than me. Okay. Gotta be careful with that. Okay. So, we have a fun story. You guys may have read this one, perhaps, or even other stories by Jory John and Pete Oswald. This is their Smart Cookie one. Greetings, I am a cookie. I live in a bakery on a street corner near a river. Come on in. Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supportive place to spend some time. Pretty fantastic, eh? These days, life is sweet, but my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers, a cookie who felt confident in a group, a cookie who said, aha, when solving a puzzle, like this, aha. Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Our teacher, Miss Biscotti, was kind and patient. When I arrived each morning, she'd wave at me and smile. But I didn't get the best grades. And I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of the answers as fast as the others. And I was the last to finish most tests. It wasn't because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I'd get distracted and mess up, even though I knew the material. Those were the most frustrating moments of all. Once, I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time, I added when I meant to subtract. Occasionally, we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I was completely lost at sea because that's what it felt like. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. Move. You move. No, you move. No, you move. No, you move. I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry. And it went this way day after day after day. But then something happened that changed everything. It all started with a homework assignment. Miss Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight, I would like you to create something completely original, she announced. It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow. That was it. There were no further instructions. Miss Biscotti winked at me as I gathered my belongings. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original? Due tomorrow? When I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something. It splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if I was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. Aha! Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original, a poem. I came up with a title based on how I'd been feeling. My crummy days. After that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. I wrote and I wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. Aha! I said when I was finished. I couldn't sleep that night, but it wasn't because I was worried. It was because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. It felt smart. The following day, Miss Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we created. One kid showed off his original frosting art. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at such different things. Finally, Miss Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything? She asked. Gulp. I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under the pressure. But I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking. My mouth went dry. This poem is called My Crummy Days, I said, my voice cracking, and then I read it out loud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain times. Other kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built toward the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. I promise you this, I'll never, ever forget it. Miss Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original. Aha! I had done it! I created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world, at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha! I thought when I came up with the title. Later that afternoon, Miss Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. That meant so much to me. School was a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand or ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come as easily for me as they do for others, but now I know that you can be smart in many different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things to find out who you are and what you like to do. As for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas, and I found plenty of other things I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part is, there's always more to learn because we're all smart cookies. That's the end of Smart Cookie. Okay, well, thank you for joining me today. So we do virtual story times at 11 a.m. on Mondays. So we will be doing this next week as well. And I also don't want to forget to point out that we are doing in-person story times. We actually do those 4 times a week. So we do them Wednesday and Thursday, 10 and 11, downstairs in the Storytime room. Excuse me, we will be doing those this week. So I will be seeing you guys in a week because I do these obviously on the Bartlesville Public Library Facebook page. I will see you guys later. Have a good week.